people think I'm Filipino, but no, I'm really Mexican. Growing up Mexican, I would say has prepared me for a couple job descriptions that I've had in my adulthood. And one of those is being an interpreter, growing up bilingual. And when I was little and my mom would go to parent-teacher conferences, I would tell my Mom, the teacher says, I'm a fantastic student. Mi madre hijo de la chingada. I could tell by her face. And the teacher would be like, Axel, it's time to come clean. Why you got all these F's? Yeah, right, but at the tender years of 5 years old, I remember my mother coming up to my bedroom, waking me up in the middle of the night, asked me to translate to the police officer why my parents were having a dispute. So I look at my dad, I look at my mom, and I tell the officer, well, apparently my dad is tired working 2 shifts, coming to the house, looking like a jungle, no food, and my dad was just trying to throw my mom a beer and she didn't catch it, That's all it was. My mom just didn't catch it. Okay, son. So, growing up Mexican, I learned how to be cool, calm, and collected. So nowadays, what I do is I'm in HR. I work in HR, I work with all kinds of people, right? But I grew up bilingual, not trilingual. And I'm kind of naive, right? I'm really young, really naive. My first girlfriend was my everything. She's my baby mama too. And just some insight for y'all folks. But working in HR, sometimes you go over benefits with people, and I had to go over benefits with a lady that speaks French. True story, right? The lady was French, and she was from South Africa, I believe. She was cute. She was all right from a distance, right? Just to give y'all some insight. And I go over plan A, B, C, D, and we go over benefits. She chooses, and she has to add beneficiaries. She's got a little kid. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just to make small talk, how old's your kid? She's like, my baby is 6. She's like, do you have kids? Remember, folks, I'm very naive. And I'm like, yeah, I got a little 4. At the time, the fucker's 4 years old. I got a little 4-year-old. And she's like, do you have a wife? No. Do you have a girlfriend? At the time, I didn't. So I'm like, no. She's like, I work in HR, folks. No chaka chaka. I'm like, I work in HR, ladies and gentlemen. I don't dip the company ink, and I pay my child support on time, so I need my job. And I'm like, me? No chaka chaka for me. I'm okay. And then she starts to grab my hand. She can tell I'm getting a little sweaty. And she's like, oh, is there a camera around here? And I'm like, no camera. So I tell her, look, there's a guy on second shift. He speaks French. We'll bring this back and talk later with a witness. I don't need that kind of stuff. Growing up Mexican, I grew up in the South Side of Chicago. Anybody here from the South Side of Chicago? 115 Koch Grove? No, not that South, right? I don't even look like it. I don't even look like I'm from the South Side. But growing up in the South Side, we had a good time, but we had a lot of crime. You know what I'm talking about? It was a good time, but we had a lot of crime. So a lot of us, there was like 3 Mexicans and a white boy, and we played basketball with the brothers, and we couldn't beat them, so we had to even shit out. So we'd be like, all right, man, you guys are fast. You guys are real fast. Bet you guys could beat us in soccer. And they'd be like, hell yeah, cool, set it up. So we set it up, and we started playing, and I don't know why y'all, pardon me, brothers, but y'all gotta do everything in style. Y'all trying to kick the ball looking like y'all playing, like y'all dancing Mexican music and shit. Cause y'all singing, But that's my time. Ask Cardenas, check me out on Instagram.